Morning,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Right. So last class we have
Good
discussed
morning.
about the Python and advantage, disadvantage and applications, right? So this class we will continue with the topics, right? Let me share my screen. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Right. So
Yes, sir.
we can create the Python files and then we can start work on it, right? So in Visual Studio Code, VS Code, everyone is having already. So what you need to do means additionally go for this extensions option. In left side, you are having icons, right? Like fifth icon, there will be a thing called extensions. Okay, so go for this. Search for Python. Search for Python. Okay, so you need to install extension for Python. Okay, so the first one is enough. You can install this one. So automatically it will be installed. So why means we need to fetch the path from the internal system, like from our laptop or computer to this Visual Studio Code. That's why we need to download the extensions. Clear? So just type for Python, you'll be getting the extension. So just install it. That's it. Clear? Now, so how we are going to create the Python file? Simply create a sample file. The Python file extension will be .py. Python file extension will be .py. So you can see the extension it's added and then the file Python symbol is added to the file, right? So automatically it's a Python file, right? So now start from the first thing called variables. Okay. So what is variables? Any idea?
Variable is a storage place which has some memory allocated to it.
Okay. Next.
Any kind of value assigning the variable.
Which
Yes.
is due to checking the memory location.
So data types. Variables are used to store the data types.
Containing
Variables are used to store the values simply. Variables are used to store the values. Can be any type of values based on the programming language data type. Based on the programming language data type. So basically, in all programming language, common things are integer, float, string. These things are common. Okay, but in compared to other programming language, Python has some different data types too. I will explain that later. Okay, so what are the data types topic? We will see what are the data types we are having in Python. So what are the categories we need to use for that? Okay, so now in other programming language, for example, C, C++, Java, PHP, anything. Okay, so we'll be creating variables with respect to the data type. With respect to the data type. Okay, how means for example in Java. So if it is a string data type, what we need to do? We need to mention the data type initially, followed by the variable name, like string a equal to welcome. Like that, we will be mentioning in Java. Okay, with semicolon. But in Python, we no need to mention the data type initial itself. We no need to mention the data type initial itself. You can see I have mentioned that because of it is giving me red color mark. So Python file won't allow that representation, syntax representation. It won't allow. So automatically we'll get the red color error mark, right? So now this is how you can able to declare the variable name and then you can assign the value for that specific variable. Okay, so this value will be dynamic, it won't be static. So dynamic value which will take from the user side. Okay, so currently I have given the my own manual value for our practice purpose. Clear? And then so Python won't allow the semicolon and other things. Python won't allow semicolon and other things. Okay, it will allow only the colon in case of function representation, class representation, loopings representation, conditional statement, handling, exception handling representation. So wherever the definitions happen, so there we will be representing the colon symbol. Okay, that I will tell you, but it won't take the semicolons anywhere in the coding. Anywhere in the coding, it won't take the semicolons. Understood? So these points are you need to remember as I mentioned in the disadvantage. Okay, so programming structure should be proper. Programming input should be proper, then only the Python file will run properly. Clear? So that is very, very important. So note down all these simple cases also. Clear? Fine. Coming to this variable, so now I have stored the string. String means it's a character input, alphabetical character input, or else you can have the string with the numbers and alphabets also. And then you can have the string with only numbers also. Everything is possible because string means it will be within the single quotes or double quotes or in triple quotes. In Python we can use triple quotes also, that I will explain in the data types what is the use of that. But as of now understood, so string means always will be present inside the quotes, always will be present inside the quotes. Okay, and then coming to integer. Integer means whole number. Integer means whole number. Okay, and then coming to float. Float means like decimal points. Float means like decimal points. So understood integer, float, and string as of now. Okay, and then I will explain other data types in coming to the data types topics. Clear? Any doubt till now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, right? Okay, so now how can I print these values? Okay, so we are having the debugging print function in Python. Okay, so we are having the function name called print, inbuilt method. Okay, so function means what? It will be the inbuilt function. So we are calling that function using the function name. Okay, you can see I'm just hovering on it. So already the function is defined with the function name called print. It will take the number of inputs with string inputs also, characters also, some mixture of inputs it will take to print the values. Okay, so that function is already inbuilt in Python. So I am calling that function using the function name. So always we'll be calling the function using function name only. Okay, so now I'm trying to print this variable called a. I'm trying to print this variable called a. So what I need to do, go for this run. Okay, you're having the option called run. So you can click on run without debugging. Okay, start debugging also fine, but instead of taking time, so you can mention run without debugging. So anyway, debugging will happen internal itself, Python itself. So automatically, if you have anything error, automatically will stop. So click on run without debugging things. So automatically you will get the outputs in terminal, Visual Studio Code terminals. Okay, you can see the stored value is printed because of the print function. Clear? Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if I use sample also,
Yes, sir.
that sample thing will be printed. As of now, just understood print strings. Okay. So now I need to understand what type of data this variable is having. What type of data the variable is holding. Okay. So for that, we are having one function called type function. We are having one function called type function to represent the type of the data stored in that variable. Okay, which type of data it is stored. Okay, because it is dynamic one, we'll be getting from user or from database or anywhere. Okay, from API or anything, we'll be getting that inputs. Okay, we won't give you manually. Manually, some cases like static inputs we'll be giving manually, but dynamic inputs always we'll get it from user or database or from the API configurations, API calls. Okay, so that's why we need to check what is the type of data it is coming, it is stored in that variable. Okay, so for that we'll be using one method called type method. For that we'll be using a method called type method. Method and function both are same, don't confuse. Method and function. I will tell sometime function, I will tell sometime methods. Okay, so don't confuse. Method and function both are same. Clear? So now type of A, if I mention in the sense, automatically I will get which type of data is stored in that specific variable. Okay, so you can see I'm getting the str in the sense string. Okay, so the variable A is holding string type data. The variable A is holding string type data. Are you able to understand? Right? So this is how we can able to check this type. Okay, because we are not representing that data type initial itself in Python. Okay, so that's what. Now, next case, I need to check in which memory location this variable is allocated. Okay, in which memory location this variable is allocated. For that, we'll be having a method called id. We'll be having a method called id. So id in the sense it will represent the memory address of the variable. It will represent the memory address of the variable. First, we need to understand what is memory address. What is memory address? What is memory address or memory location?
The entire memory space was divided into blocks. In order to indicate which block we have to store the element, that block will be represented by that individual IDs.
Simple case like memory address in the sense in your computer system, computer level system, where the specific variable is pointed. Okay, where the specific variable is pointed because of this sample. Because sample will not be stored as sample, it will be stored as zeros or ones in your computer level systems. Okay, in PC, laptop, anywhere. Okay, computer will be stored as zeros or ones. So that thing will be stored in which memory address, which location. Okay, so internally in the computer system memory where it is stored. So that's why we need to mention that memory address. So automatically it will print some address. So in this address the sample is stored. In this address the sample is stored. Okay, so always if I am executing this, in the sense listen the terminal box. Okay, because terminal box only will be getting the outputs. Clear? Fine. So id function, type function is to get the type of the data type, and then id function is to get the memory allocation, memory location of the specific variable. Understood? Any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Okay, so like this is simply variable declaration. This is simply variable declaration with its variable name. So these things are called as variable name, and then this is variable value. Okay, so now coming to the next topic called identifiers. Next topic called identifiers. So what is identifiers? Any idea? So overall from non-IT are able to understand these things? If not, please let me know. I will explain 2 to 3 times. Are you able to understand, guys, these things?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is identifiers? Anyone know?
Identifiers are names
Identify
given to entities.
Identifier means identify the memory location.
used to
Tell me,
identify the variables.
Okay, not exactly.
Name
So
to
for
an
example,
entity.
so don't tell me the theoretical sentence. It won't help you in the real-time practical things. Okay, that is only for the interview purpose. Then if they are asking example wise in the sense, you need to give the example for that. Okay, so the theoretical sentence, which thing you're getting from Google, that won't help you in the programming developer side. Okay, only the practical codes that you're getting from the Google that can help you to talk, to copy paste, to change it, to modify it, that it will help you. But the theoretical pattern, theoretical paragraph, it won't help you in the development side. Clear? So identifiers are simply, I will give you proper example. Okay, so I am the developer. Okay, you are the another developer. Okay, so what I'm doing, I am writing one set of function. I'm writing one set of function with some 3 variables, a, b, c, with 3 inputs, a, b, c inputs, 3 variables. Okay, for example, here itself I'm writing a equal to sample, b equal to some 10. It will be dynamic only, but I'm just for your understanding, I'm just writing c equal to 1.2. Okay, so 3 inputs I'm just taking it. Okay, now in my function, my code, I have written the code. Okay, that function I can able to understand. 1 minute. Okay, sorry, I got a mail. Okay, so in this case, so what I'm doing, I have a function, I have written that function, so I can know about the inputs. What are the inputs I'm just taking? A, B, C inputs I'm just taking. Okay, the same code is given to you. The same code is given to you. So you just imagine this inputs will not be there. That means like values will not be there. Some inputs will be taken from the user side. Like for example, request.post, that methods only will be there. You don't know what type of input will be getting inside this variable ABC. Okay. Then it is difficult to understand the code logic and then function representation with this type of ABC declarations. Okay. So for that case, what we need to do in the sense, we need to declare this variable names as identifiers. Variable names as identifiers. Anyone can able to identify these things. Anyone can able to identify this variable inputs. Okay, so how we need to define it in the sense, for example, in a variable I'm getting the username in the sense I need to mention this as username. Okay, and then B variable I'm just getting it as user ID in the sense I need to mention it as user ID. Okay, and then in C variable if I'm mentioning it as something like sales. Okay, sales in the sense users can able to understand. Any other developers, any other clients also can able to understand. So this variable is holding the username. This variable is holding the user ID. This variable is holding the sales data. So that's called identifier. So easily identifier names are called as identifiers. Understood? So this is the
Yes.
proper explanation about identifiers, right? So anyone can able to understand the variable declaration names by themselves using this identifier. These things are called as identifiers. Clear? So always from the initial itself, always what you need to do, so don't assign variables as A, B, C, D like that. Always assign with the respectful identifier names. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this variable identifier declaration name, so we have some set of rules and regulations. Okay. So first thing, do's and don'ts. You can take it as do's and don'ts. Okay. So first thing, don't start with numbers. Don't start with numbers. And then next thing, don't give space. Don't give space between this. Okay. And then don't use symbols. Don't use symbols except underscore. Except underscore, because underscore is used to split the words. Okay. So user underscore name. So you can split like this. Okay. This is one thing. Okay. And then the character variable character length should not exceed 31 characters. It should be under 31 characters alone. Okay. If it exists 31 means it won't take 32, 33. It won't take as a variable names. Okay, the character variable declaration name should be within the 31 characters only. Okay, so you can use numbers in between. In between, anywhere you can use numbers, but don't start with numbers. Clear? So what are the do's and don'ts? So don't start with numbers, don't give space, don't use symbols, use underscore only. You can use numbers in between. Okay, and then it should not exceed 31 characters. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Clear, right? So this is very, very important.
Yes,
So
sir.
you need to remember these cases. If you want, you can note it down anywhere. Okay. So that is all about identifiers and then variable declaration. So identifiers are nothing different topic. It is included in the variable only. Clear? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No doubts, right? Fine. 1 minute, I will send some message in Teams. Okay, so now coming for the next topic. Okay, so next topic is simply called as keywords. Next topic is simply called as keywords. So what is keywords?
If or and
What? I'm asking what is keywords.
some of the
Asking about what are
reserve
keywords.
words, reserve words are called keywords.
Reserve words. What does you mean by reserve words?
Which already has some meaning in Python, some meaning in
Yes.
Python.
Keywords are called as
Function.
predefined words. Keywords are called as predefined words already defined inside the Python programming. So we need to use that words only for this case. So like that they have assigned to that. Okay. So we don't need to use that keywords as variable names. It won't work. Okay. We don't need to use that keywords as function names, class names, for loop variables, conditional statements. Anywhere we can't able to use that things as a specific verb. Okay. We can able to use where it is assigned. Okay. So to which case it is assigned. So only for that case we need to use that keywords. Okay. In Python, previous version, that means 3.9 before 3.9 version, so there was only 35 keywords. Okay, but after 3.9, so one keyword is included, so totally 36 keyword, but that keyword is not properly explained with the root cause and use case. Okay, so where to use, how to use that, what are the use case of the specific keyword, and okay, so which logic we need to use. So that kind of explanation is not properly maintained. Okay, so that's why we are not going to see about the keywords, because we don't need that keyword also for our development process. So apart from that, we'll be able to see that 35 keywords. Okay, so where I can see the keywords, 35 keywords in the sense, we'll be having within the keyword package. We'll be having within the keyword package. Okay, so that package, how we can use it in the sense, by importing it. So import the package name called keyword. Import the package name called keyword. Okay, so inside this package we are having that list of keywords. Inside this package we are having that list of keywords. For that we need to print it. So from that package name keyword, okay, so we are having the method called kwlist. Having the method called kwlist, that means keyword list of keywords. Okay, so it will give you all the keywords in the list. Okay, you can see, you can count this. We have 36 keywords. The new keyword is this peg parser keyword. The new keyword is peg parser keyword. 1 minute, I'm getting calls. Guys, you can leave and then you can do these cases. I will connect with you later. Okay, I got a call from the teams. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.